I'm pouring syrup on my waffles.
Well, why would you do that?
It's just a thing people do. Whenever I'm feeling a sweet tooth, I need my waffles and my 100% pure maple syrup.
Marianne, you're not supposed to put syrup on waffles. Syrup has sugar and carbs in it. It's bad for you. A proper woman shows some restraint.
Elinor, you gotta live a little. Find life's higher emotions. That's what life is all about. How can you live with absolutely no feelings?
You're not showing any modesty. That's why Willoughby left you.
You know, Elinor, it's my choice if I want to have syrup. And I know that you're just trying to protect me. But times are changing. Classicism is what's right. We need to move on and embrace our emotions. And be able to have sugar on our waffles. And not just listen to what society says about how much syrup we can pour on our waffles. Why don't you just go and set the table? Because we've got guests coming.
Sure. You know, I really hate how we got chumped out of our inheritance because of cousin John Dashwood. I mean, we've only got 2 rooms in this house and we haven't left a 1 room.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And then everyone's like, oh man, you have such a nice cottage. But why do we not get any of the money out of our inheritance?
I know. I mean, just because we're women, we don't get any inheritance rights at all. Like, I get that. I mean, we're not perfect, but most of the men we've met aren't that great either. Like Willoughby, for example. Dude's a sleazebag.
Don't forget that Edward has absolutely no spine. Hello!
Hello, it's me, John Willoughby. You all know and love me. First of all, I'd like to thank you for inviting me to this little shindig. And Colonel Brandon, I just want to say I'm sorry that I ruined your girl's life. I didn't really mean to. And Marianne, I'm sorry I broke your heart. I didn't want to hurt anyone, but it's not really my fault.
Man, why can't I be with him? He just looks so great. And I just still love him. I mean, I'm stuck with Colonel Brandon, and he shows like almost no emotion whatsoever. I just want to be with Willoughby again.
Marianne, you can't show any emotion. You have to be completely devoid of all feelings. Only then will the guys love you.
What are you talking about?
Logic has to be the center of everything.
It's fine. I totally forgive you, Willoughby. I mean, who knows? In like 3 months, I might leave my husband for you. You know, I like to love life on a whim and be my own woman. Well, if I'm invited, I'll show up. I'm not someone who displease anyone.
Thank you for inviting me.
What are you doing? What are you doing, Lucy? We have to pray before we eat. I'm sorry that I'm not excessively formal like you, Elinor. Can't women just make decisions for themselves these days?
No, you can't do that. This is the romantic era.
Ah, I love the romantic era. I can express all of my different emotions, and then my family is always there for me.
You know, if you had any sense, Marianne, you'd realize how much of an emotional burden you are in a family.
What?
I don't like the stigma that romanticism places on second attachments. Marianne, you almost never married me.
Yeah, I don't really know why I did that. I just needed someone to marry.
You know, you're still down for it, Marianne. I still love you. Well, unlike Edward, I'm at least willing to tell people how I feel.
I would try to make a comeback, but I don't want to upset anyone. It's about time you showed some emotion, Edward. I was beginning to think you didn't even have any.
At least he thinks before he shows his emotion, Marianne. You just say whatever pops into your head. Show some restraint next time. Alright, Marianne, that's enough. If you want to do things your way, why don't you take your own waffle and you can put as much syrup on it as you want and then serve it to the guests.
I will.
I'm going to keep mine pure of all syrup. Keep it nice and reserved.
Elinor, I'm sorry if this offends you, but these waffles are absolutely terrible.
This is disgusting.
You know what, Elinor?
Yep.
I think the reason why our waffles were so bad is because we are too one-sided with how much syrup we put on.
Yeah, I think you're right. We need to have some balance in our lives. Too much of anything is a flaw.
You know that's right.
Say it again, sister.